Welcome back to third video of agricultural pest video series. I am Dr. Mohammad Ismail, Department of Zoology, JT College Malegaon. In this video, we will see mark of identification, nature of damage, economic importance, and control measures of brinjal fruit borer. The scientific name of brinjal's fruit borer is Leucinodis orbonalis. Now the first point is mark of identification. How we can identify the adult and larvae of brinjal fruit borer. The adult is grayish brown moth with white wings. The fore and hind wings are provided with small marginal hairs on apical as well as anal margins. A number of black, pale, light brown spots are found on the hind wings. The adult size is 20 mm across the sprayed wings, and males are smaller than females. This one is the adult moth. We can find here the color of the moth is grayish brown, and the wings are white in color, and they are provided with marginal hairs, and there is a brown pinkish brown spots are also on the wings. So this is the adult moth and mark of identification of brinjal fruit borer. Now the life cycle of brinjal fruit borer basically consisting of three stages: eggs, larvae and pupa, then adult. Female lays approximately 100 to 150 cream white eggs on the leaves and flowers of young fruits. After 3 to 6 days of incubation, egg hatches into caterpillars, and the larvae or newly hatched larvae, which is known as caterpillars, start boring near the growing point of the tender shoot or fruits or flower buds of host plants. After 9 to 28 days, the caterpillar becomes fully grown by passing through 5 stars. Means there are 4 time molting is there. Fully grown caterpillar is pale white with violet spots arranged in linear fashion on the body. The the mature caterpillar come out of their feeding tunnel and pupates amongst the fallen leaves, forming boat-shaped cocoons. It lasts for 6 to 17 days, after which the adult moth emerges out, and the lifespan of adult moth is 2 to 5 days only. Now come to nature of damage. Initially, larvae attack the shoot, results in drooping of shoots and dead hearts. Actually, it is monophagous pests. Feed basically or only on brinjal. The larvae bore midribs of large leaves of young growing shoots. The attack generally starts a week after transplantation. Later, the larvae start to feed on flower buds and fruits, causes shedding of buds. Larvae bore the fruits, and holes are sealed with excreta and make them unfit for consumption. Fruit show circular holes which are actually exit holes of last instar larvae of pupation. Last instar larvae for pupation. So this is the nature of damage. Now these are the actual figures of fruit brinjal. We can find here holes made by the larvae. In this figure you can find the larvae feed on tender shoots, and they make a hole in tender shoot, This one is the inner side of the brinjal. The larvae basically feed in the inner part of the fruit, and it is also the infested fruit. So these are the nature of damage caused by larvae basically of brinjal fruit borer. Now economic importance. Brinjal fruit borer is very serious pest of brinjal. It is not only reduces the yield by making holes in shoots as well as in fruits, but also reduces the aesthetic value of the fruit, so loss get doubled. It is a monophagous pest feed only on brinjal. The loss caused by the borer infestation is actually 78.66% on top shoots in vegetative phase, and then shifted to flowers and fruits with infestation reaching 67% in fruiting phase. Now, what are the control measures of brinjal fruit borer? In this, we can see different types of control measures like mechanical control, biological control, cultural control, and chemical control. Now, first one is the mechanical control. In mechanical control, one can remove and destroy all the affected shoots and fruits of the brinjal so as to protect the healthy and unaffected plant of the brinjal. Then cultivation of brinjal under protected cultivation means net house condition is found to reduce the incidence of shoot and fruit borer. If somebody cultivate the crop of brinjal in a net house condition, protected house condition, so it can at some extent protect the crop with the incidence of attack by brinjal fruit borer. So these are the mechanical control. Now come to cultural control. Cropping of resistant varieties like long tubular fruit variety in place of spherical fruit. Actually, it is long fruit variety basically considered as a resistant variety. It is good. It is a good cultural method because spherical fruit variety is more susceptible for borers. Spherical varieties is more susceptible for a brinjal fruit borer than long tubular fruit variety. So basically long fruit variety is used by the farmers, and the crop rotation is beneficial as the insect survives only on brinjal. As we have already know that brinjal fruit borer is monophagous, it feeds only on brinjal, so crop rotation can help in reducing the insect population, so it is a cultural method. Next one is intercropping brinjal with other crops like cowpea, maize, coriander, which improve the natural habitat for natural enemies like spiders, lacewings, ladybirds, etc. against the pest. Means by this method, one can intercrop different crops like maize, coriander, so as to uh, improve the natural habitat for enemies like spiders and lacewings of brinjal fruit borer. Next one is biological control. In these different predators and parasitoids are used. Now, which are those parasites and uh, predators? Larval parasites like Pristomerus cremastus lower down the pest level. Predators like Campylonura species, it is a bug one, Coccinella, seven spotted ladybug beetle, It is a para predators which will basically eat on the larvae of brinjal fruit borer. Next one, entomopathogens. Entomopathogens means what? The pathogens basically infest or infect the insects. These are known as entomopathogens. Entomopathogen fungus, Bipolaris tetramera, baculovirus, nuclear polyhedrosis virus are basically used to control the pest population. Next one. Then release egg parasitoids like Trichogramma tylonis at 50,000 per hectare 4 times in 30 DAT. Now come to chemical control. The infested plant should be sprayed with 0.1% carbaryl, quinolphos and endosulfan at regular intervals of 7 to 10 days actually, and soil application of carbofuran 3G at 30 kg per hectare 10 days after transplanting is very effective one. So these chemicals are basically used to control different stages of brinjal fruit borer. These are all effective against larvae, pupa as well as adult one. Okay, so these are the control measures in which we have seen the mechanical, cultural, biological and chemical one. Okay, so in this video we have gone through different aspects of brinjal fruit borer, like its mark of identification, nature of damage, and then we have seen already its economic importance and control measures. So I hope the video is informative for you. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you.